So obviously you know I'm Tamil and my partner is Jamaican.
Have you tried Indian yet, darling? Oh, you must. Once you go brown, the other colors let you down.
Would you date an Indian person in spite of the issues? They say it's a taboo for an Indian to date black. We will discuss today why some Indians forsake the tradition and date outside their ethnicity, especially to a black person. Because they say when you go brown, the other races let you down. But they also say that when you go black, you don't go back. Credit to all the persons' video that I've put together here. It's for a teaching moment. Therefore, let's ride into the video.
Someone said, what would your parents think if you dated a black man?
First, arranged marriage. Is it good or is it bad? And would you do it?
Mom, can I marry whoever I want?
No. Why would you, and why would you want to? Don't you think that Daddy and I have figured it out? You're going to find somebody on your own and then do what? It's going to be a mistake, you know.
I'll fall in love with them and marry them.
Oh my God, you did not use the L word. You know love doesn't last. You know what the saying is in life? Love makes you blind. Why you want to be blind when we are there to give you the vision?
But you've been married to Dad for 23 years.
Yes, and look how much happy we are. Look how much happy we are. We don't even say a word to each other. We are so happy.
As you just heard, do you think arranged marriage is a patriarchal controlling system?
Oh my God!
So you would date African guys?
Of course, if he is rich.
If he's rich? Oh, yeah, I mean, of course. I mean, wealth is really necessary in relationships, right?
Yes, but I'm not interested in relationship because I am Punjabi and you know Punjabi parents. So that's why I am.
Listen to what the young lady just said. She said that she would marry a black man only if he's rich. She's a young woman. So I'm trying to peek in her psychological makeup. You realize how the caste system and the traditional culture is ingrained early.
Let's talk about the hypocrisy of interracial relationships in brown culture. We've seen it where brown guys date white girls and everyone's like, king, he made it, making the boys proud. And he's put on a pedestal because he scored a white girl. When a girl dates a white boy, it's like, oh, the brown boys didn't want you. Oh, you couldn't find somebody in your own community, huh? And let's peel back another layer of racism. The idolization of brown guys dating somebody outside the brown community only happens when it's a white girl. You don't hear people saying he made it when he's dating a black woman or a Latina woman or literally any other race. Brown boys perpetuate white supremacy and we don't even realize it. When a brown girl dates a black man, he's called a galu, and literally every race has some kind of racial slur in the brown community. Plus, brown parents are more accepting of their son dating outside the brown community than they are of their daughters. The worst part is it's guys our age who do this too. If you're a brown guy who uses racial slurs, including the N-word, which was y'all's favorite word until last year, I don't want to insult you, but I request that you check yourself. Saying something as simple as he made the boys proud when a brown guy dates a white girl, that is racist and sexist. You're a part of the problem, and then you wonder why you can't get a brown girl.
Let me ask this question. As a person of color, when you marry someone white, does it mean that you've moved up the social and economic ladder?
Trinidadian men are the most faithful men in the whole world. I can swear on my life. I can swear on...
You get licks in... For example, my father told me all black men will leave their wives. This man will leave you. My mother told me all black people have AIDS. Like, those things are not true, first of all. Well, my father did not approve of my marriage to my husband.
And why
My
not?
father, yeah, because he's black. So there's a lot of racism in the Arab like I said, the culture. Islam says no black man is better than an Arab man. No Arab man is better than a black man. But my father and my mother were adamant against, no, he's black. No, they didn't even give him a chance. They didn't meet him. They didn't, give him an opportunity. And that hurt. But when something is wrong, it's wrong. So you got to stand up against it.
If you're an Indian person, let me ask you this question. What are some of the stereotypes that talk about black people, especially black men? And beside those stereotypes, would you date or marry one?
How big of a role does someone's caste play in Indian dating culture or in marriage?
Okay, this plays a major role in terms of marriage, because I'll tell you, we are millennials and we're almost on that age of getting married.
In 21st century, the role of caste in marriage has been reduced, but I would not say that it has been reduced substantially. Caste is still a big thing in rural settlements. Those who have been the urban elites, for them the caste has disappeared over the period of time due to factors like globalization and proper education.
So the thing is, your caste is associated with your economic status. So yeah, it has a huge effect on who you date, because it has a huge effect on who you're exposed to at all. I think that a lot of people who don't actively consciously think that they only want to date within a particular caste still end up dating within a particular caste. And it's not entirely a coincidence, it's systemic.
Listen, I understand that watching those videos about what race would you not date and everyone says Indians doesn't feel good. I also understand, for as long as I've lived, the representation of Indian women has not been great. I also know that some forgotten president said to the world that Indian women are unattractive, and some ignorant people decided to believe him. But if I see on this app Indian women saying, oh my gosh, I'm like nobody's type, or like when he says he likes Asian girls, but it's actually East Asian girls, I will literally throw my chappal at you. Because I know y'all don't think you're ugly. Because I know that people get spray tans to look like us. People get their eyebrows microbladed to look like us. People get eyelash extensions to look like us. People get hair extensions to look like us. And I can continue to go down this list, but I think it's time for us to stand up and finally enter our villain era.
Does tradition and the caste system plays a big role here? However, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so we can share and educate a whole lot more.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit more about this. It is absolutely not common for Indians who grow up in the States to not want to date their own culture.
More specifically, it is literally internalized racism 101. What is internalized racism? Internalized racism is a form of internalized oppression where you, as the subordinate race or ethnicity, feel that white is in a racial hierarchy higher than you. Now, usually this is most easily spotted when you date white people and you do not date people in your race because you find it difficult to give the people of your own background the value of being a sexual or a romantic partner, and instead you would rather marry up, seemingly, to a white person. Both Sheikh and Deepthi are victims of this, and it's not necessarily their fault.
Question, fellas. Do you find Indian women beautiful? Honestly, do you? And also, is there prejudice among the Indians? I understand the caste system is there, but is there some prejudice why some Indians will not marry their own?
We met in college. We were part of the Christian campus ministry, and we met there freshman year of college, but we didn't start dating until junior year of college. Yeah, so.
Yes, yeah. We started dating over
COVID.
Over COVID.
Phone?
Phone, because we had to FaceTime each other, and that's how our conversation started.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Phrases I've learned since being with my Indian queen. The head nod. This can be done at any moment during conversation and or responding with a yes, a no, I don't know, or just nothing. Put it on your head. Put it on your head can be used when you're asking a question such as, hey mom, where should I put this cup? And just say, put it on my head. We went to a family party on her side of the family, and everybody was referred to as an auntie or an uncle.
Auntie.
So, auntie.
Auntie.
Auntie or an uncle. Leddu, appam, dosa. Always offered breakfast, lunch, dinner. One of the three. Or dessert. Her mom's always got it on deck. The leddu, the appam, or dosa. Almond leddu, the purple leddu.
To my Indian viewer here, what are some of the positives and negatives in dating or marry a black person, and vice versa?
We are here at Easter dinner, and you met my dad for the first time.
Approved.
Dad!
You asked me my daughter's hand. I say yes, and the blessings are there. Thank you.
As an Indian person, how does your family and the broader community relate to you when you marry your black partner?
You know, coming from an Indian background, we don't ever talk about sex. We don't ever talk about things like that. And I feel like one of the main reasons is because they don't really talk about that in India. I mean, contraception is not something that they discuss in schools. They don't talk about that. Be a reason why the population is so high over there. But I know it's not something that we talk about. And also now, one of the main reasons also that divorce is kind of frowned upon in the Indian community, it's because you're seen as like tainted because you've already like been with another man. But I mean, newsflash, I feel like most people here have already slept with someone before they got married. It's just, you know, it's not new. It's just the way it is. So I mean, I don't know who wants to tell all the Indian aunties and uncles. I don't know who wants to tell them that, hey, by the way, most people aren't virgins anymore.
They say Indians don't discuss their sex life. However, India has about 1.5 billion people. So we know that it's a huge topic, but it's not discussed. As an Indian person, how is your copulation or your sex life with other ethnicities?
Even in India, the lower castes, especially the Dalits, are subjected like to honor killings.
What's an honor killing?
Honor killing is when two different castes get married or fall in love and they try to like elope. The family is not approving to save the family's honor. The family members, they end up going and killing the couple.
2024?
You do have news articles every now and then, and even I think last year there were a few more news articles about honor killings, about intercaste marriages love marriages which were not approved by the families.
You're allowed to kill?
It's not allowed. It's not allowed, but they kill it for the sake of their honor, the family's honor.
Right. So if you marry somebody lower caste?
Yes, or like another caste that they don't approve of, it's usually like that.
And that's defensible in court?
No. It's not. They do get jailed for it.
Right.
It's just that people still do it.
What are some of the repercussions? You know, in some cases, if a caste marry a different caste, you have something like honor killing. What are some of the repercussions you've experienced when you married a black person?
Alright, so I have natural 4C hair and Aman's gonna help me. Aman's gonna help me do it. Alright, Aman. Don't be pulling on my hair.
I know what I'm doing.
Okay.
I gotta make sure it's good. And now I'm using the detangling conditioner. Yep, this one. Gotta make sure it's in there. So it's gonna remove all the tangles.
That's what it does, right?
I know.
Yeah,
I'm doing this since I was a kid.
Yeah, I know it.
Then we're gonna go a little natural with olive oil, Eco Styler. Yep. You like it?
It's cute.
How you like it?
It's cute.
See?
You did a good job.
Yeah, I know what I was doing. I told you. I'm a professional.
What are some of the social adjustments?
For many South Asians, dating black men or women has been a taboo, but now that too is changing. Nalini Sivathasan from BBC Asian Network has more.
Just put something out there.
It took Jonah and Swetha Batamzi 10 years to find another couple who looked like them. Now, through their platform Blindian project, they're connecting with thousands of Black and South Asian couples, not just in the UK, but all over the world. And one issue dominates.
And one of the most asked questions is, how do I introduce my partner to my parents?
The couple say anti-black racism in the Asian community can be influenced by colorism, the caste system, and pressure to please elders.
It's Indian men, very jealous breed of men. I'll be honest, they're very protective and loyal partners, but they're also very chauvinistic, you know? Women in their place don't move from that place. They can't really deal with Western women as much as they want to be with a woman because they find them attractive. If they're blonde, they look up to them, right? But they can't handle the freedom that they want in the relationship. Indian men get incredibly jealous and incredibly possessive. And let's be honest, jealousy is going to make the relationship unalive very quickly. But if you're an Indian woman and you're used to that in a relationship, that whole dynamic of I stay at home, I wash the clothes, and you provide, let's meet at 16 and stay together for the rest of our lives, bam, you're okay. But they can't deal with these Caucasian women. It's just a complete shit show. I see it time and time again because a lot of Caucasian women quite like the idea of having a darker man, especially to mate with, you know? They want to have children with them, but they just leave. Give it a year, they'll be out.
Honestly, are Indian men patriarchal and dominant?
What race would you say has the least attractive men?
Indian.
Oh! What do you say that one specifically?
I don't know, they can cook mean food, but like, I just don't find them attractive.
But is it that you don't find attractive about them?
I feel like their personalities.
What's wrong with their personality?
Some of them have really arrogant personalities. They just don't have the lollies in the back like usual.
What lollies are you talking about?
Like the sour snakes and stuff.
Bombastic side eye. If you're not Indian here, would you date or marry an Indian person?
Okay, to all my black brothers, before you find yourself a interracial queen, right? This beauty that I have, or half white, half Indian, you know? Beautiful mixture, right? This is some things that you need to know, right? Some things you need to know. My fiance is lovely. She is low maintenance. I mean, I can get her a lollipop and she'll cry that I thought of her, you know. But listen, this is where it starts getting expensive, right? You don't pay for cows or anything like that. You never have to do all those things. Nothing, right? She just comes as she is and she loves you and she cooks for you, right? When it comes to buying groceries, listen, her half Indian side, right? Because she's half Indian. 500 Rand for just spices.
Family, that's all I have for you today on this video. I want to thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. See you in the next video.